it was the fun part was keeping it a secret and then like revealing it to some of my friends like, hey, how's this suit? And then he was like, oh, it looks cool. Like what's I was like, oh, cool, it's not real. And it's just like it's cool revealing that to a couple people.
Did he really do the Tobey Maguire fucking Spider-Man box action figure?
So Ben, yeah, he did. He went to his local Target, I believe, and took a picture of like a rent, like the Spider-Man toys
Mm.
with no Toby. Like it was just there, and then he bought one, and then he took it home, laid it down flat, took a picture of it, and then from there he was able to pop it into Blender and then create the model for Toby and everything. And I believed it at first. I didn't know it was Ben. So when
Well,
it
of
leaked, I'm
course
like,
you believed it. Like, it looks so
but
legit.
exactly. But it's the fact that I knew Ben. I knew he was doing CGI, and Gavin and him didn't tell me. So I posted it. I was like, "Oh shit, look, this is real." And then Gavin tells me like 2-3 days later, like, "Yo, sorry, to break it to you, this was Ben." I'm like, "No way." And then he shows
No,
me
I would have
the
been
model.
pissed. I would have, if I was you, I would have lost my mind, bro. Oh my
I was.
god.
Yeah, I think I messaged Ben right after, and I didn't say anything. I was just like, "Hey, you little shit,"
You
and then
little shit.
he called me. But
Oh,
yeah, no,
you fucking asshole.
dude, it caught everyone off guard. And that model picture,
Bro, I showed that to my father. I showed that figure to my father. So I was like, dude, this just confirms. And then I was just like, I showed him, I texted him after, I texted my dad after. I was like, never mind, Gavin played us. And he was like, what do you mean? And I sent him the picture of the Instagram post. I was so pissed. I was so pissed.
yeah, it definitely sent shockwaves. I don't know. Like all of this was also very last minute. It was very spontaneous. The reveal, like, hey, by the way, this was the Lotus VFX team
Yeah,
that
I
did
know.
this.
It was out of nowhere. Like,
It was we didn't plan that at all. We were like, oh, he posted the green screen. Why don't we just reveal that he also did the Toby leak? And then we did it,
and
and
now
it
it's a
was just
meme. Now
that's
everybody's sending
amazing.
posts like friggin' he was responsible for so much shit. Jesus.
Yeah,
The Instagram shutdowns Gavin was responsible for.
Gavin's responsible for pretty much everything at this point.
Yep. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Nerd Talk, the monthly podcast show where we take a deep dive into all things nerdy of the month, including games, movies, comics, manga, etc., etc. Starting today, we have the one and only Younis. I'm not even gonna try and like give him an intro. He's an intro enough. Otherwise known as Younityy. He's a social influencer, best known for his posts about popular DC TV shows such as The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Superman and Lois, and all types of movies from Marvel and DC. Younis, buddy, welcome to the show. We already talked, but I'm like I said, I'm shitting bricks right now trying to get this out. So, how are you,
Thank
buddy?
you for having me. Thank you. This is I saw what you said in the last podcast, so it was only right I joined. Thank you for
I know.
following me for that long.
Just to like kind of clarify to everybody, this man sent me a Schitt's Creek GIF saying let's do it, and I lost my mind. I FaceTimed everybody freaking out. It was nuts. Oh my god. I don't know. I just seen that like DM. I was just like, there's no fucking way. Like I'm not.
That's awesome, dude.
I
That's
think I speak
awesome.
for a lot of people because you have so many followers. I think I speak for a lot of people. Like yes, you are the person that like everybody looks to when it comes to your content and your posts. But like you are one of us. So seeing it, like seeing you in person, it's very surreal. It's a very like cool experience. So yeah, I'm really glad you were wanting to take the time to do this. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you.
No problem. I thank you for the kind words. That really means a lot. It really does.
No problem. Well, getting right into it, the first question is kind of the most obvious one. I don't actually know if you can answer this one, but who's your favorite superhero and why?
My favorite superhero. That's a tough one.
And this is gonna be an hour-long podcast already.
No, I mean, obviously, it's the Flash. The Flash has been. I mean, first it was always Spider-Man, and then when watching, the JLA animated or the JLU, just like Unlimited animated show, it was always Wally West, Flash that stuck out to me. I love that character so much, and because he bared some similarities with Peter Parker and Spider-Man and all that. So Spider-Man and Flash are definitely top two heroes ever to me.
I get that. Yeah, I used to say that like 'cause I love Spider-Man, as you can clearly tell. Is he's been my longtime favorite superhero since I was like 4 years old. Like he's just been there. But recently, I think that's been taken over by Daredevil. Daredevil
Mm,
definitely with the Netflix show and even the Ben
easy.
Affleck adaptation. Like,
I have yet to watch it, but I heard that it's pretty underrated.
it is pretty underrated. I mean, definitely go in there with low
Hmm.
expectations, but it is criminally underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell as Bullseye was not the worst thing on the planet. Um,
So,
but yeah, no, the Netflix series, I'm rewatching it with my girlfriend right now.
oh,
Like,
dude,
she's
I
never
haven't.
seen it, so it's just like
Oh, that's great. That's great. That show is
peak
top
cinema.
tier. Just, I want to say superheroes, but just TV in general, dude. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
show is nuts. I need to rewatch. I haven't rewatched it ever since I found. Like I've been dreading rewatching it because I know it's canceled, but I might rewatch it before No Way Home just
hmm
because it's
I've started
because
rewatching it, like I said, because my girlfriend, she's been watching it with me, but also just because, with No Way Home and the rumors that Charlie Cox is, gonna appear in that, I really miss the show. I love that. It's one of those shows that I could watch every single day and just still be invested in, still never be bored of. Like, it's just so interesting to me. It's such a good story and such a good, I guess they brought it to life perfectly, in my opinion.
it is
Um,
definitely the perfect adaptation
oh
for
yeah.
sure.
And if they don't bring Charlie Cox back as
Nah,
Matt Murdock, they
he's
have to. They
he no.
have to.
There's no way he doesn't. Like Kevin Feige knows how to please every side of the fan base.
Hmm
That's the genius of Kevin Feige. Like if you don't like this, you'll at least like this. Like, if you don't like that, you'll at least like that. Like he has some way to please a
Fix it,
fan
Feige.
base.
Fix it,
And
Feige.
literally, so like there's no way he's recasting. I think he might recast maybe some other members, but Matt,
Who do you
like
think you might recast?
I'm thinking he might recast Iron Fist
Oh,
or Luke
oh, you're
Cage.
talking like other big super. I was thinking like Daredevil side characters like Foggy Nelson or you know,
No, I don't think
Karen.
I don't think he'll touch the Daredevil because
I
that's
don't think he
definitely.
can. I don't think he
What
can.
do you mean?
Like I don't think he like if he wants a fan base that won't absolutely destroy him, touch
Yeah,
yeah, like he can't touch the Daredevil cast. It's off
that's it.
limits.
Like, yeah, he
Vincent
knows.
D'Onofrio is Kingpin. Like you can't beat that. You can't touch that. You
Yep.
know.
I mean, like, you already seeing some recast with the Netflix because Herschel Ali's playing Blade and he was obviously in Luke Cage. So like,
hmm
there's I'm I don't know what exactly will happen with that universe, but
Well,
I
same
think
with
it'll
that one
be
lady from Luke Cage who played
exactly
Cottonmouth's cousin. She was in Civil War.
Civil War in the beginning. Yes.
hmm
So yeah, like it. I don't think it'll be decanonized, but it'll be loosely canonized. It'll like he'll acknowledge, like, yeah, I fought Daredevil. I beat him this many times. Like it'll be a loose connection, but it'll be our Matt Murdock, our Foggy Nelson, our Karen Page.
Well, from my knowledge, I don't really think any of the other Netflix shows besides Daredevil, maybe a little bit of Punisher, but I don't think any other Netflix shows really mention any MCU events. I think it was like I maybe a
Yeah,
little bit, but Daredevil definitely did. Like season 1 talked about the battle in New York, season 2
yeah.
they talked about Sokovia. Like they really mentioned Daredevils or like the MCU and Daredevil. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I definitely I would prefer Mike Coulter being back as Luke Cage. No offense to Iron Fist or Jessica Jones. I love Kristen Ritter too, but them being recasted wouldn't really, damage my soul too much.
Mm,
Um,
I really like Kristen. I hope she stays
I
because
would love
Jessica
that if she
Jones.
stays. It's a win-win for me. If she stays, great. If she gets recasted, a little bit, all right, but maybe they'll probably find someone good. Um, the only person outside of Daredevil that I don't want to recast is John Bernthal as the Punisher.
Yeah, dude,
I
he
can't.
is
I
nuts.
need him as the Punisher.
I really don't see anybody like who could play Frank Castle like John. Like it's just such a bar that you have to like pass that I don't think is passable at this point. You just got to you got to continue with John Berthel.
Yeah, the only people that have played the Punisher have been in those films, Punisher Warzone, and then the one with Kevin Nash,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh
they
God.
weren't. Yeah, they weren't bad. My dad loves the Kevin Nash one because he's a huge WWE fan, so Kevin Nash tends to
Uh-huh.
like, uber freak out. But they weren't
Mhm.
bad. It's just when you get to Bernthal's performance, it's just Wow, what the hell is that change?
Yeah, like I said, like the bar has been so like it's been raised. So like it's you can't pass it right now. You can't.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah, like I said, who is the guy who plays Iron Fist? Who do you know his name?
Uh,
I feel like such an ass for not remembering it, but I didn't
mm,
even watch season 2.
I didn't either.
I watched season 1 only because after season 1 was announced, they announced the Defenders, and I only watched his season so that I could know what was going on in Defenders.
Yeah, and he
Um,
had a pretty his like the hand and everything. Finn Jones. There we go.
Finn Jones, yeah, Finn Jones. Um, he also just wasn't my Iron Fist. I'm used to, the sarcastic,
I
like
never really read up
British.
on Danny Rand in the comic books, so
Mm,
like I wasn't aware, but like as a character as a whole, he was just very flat to me. Like
yeah.
it really like especially like getting off the hype of Arrow while Iron Fist coming out and
Mm.
how they bared some similarities. I just I don't know. I wasn't really like sold by his performance, but
I
I
didn't
think
watch Arrow till season 4 of The Flash. Fun fact. I
oh
I
wow.
never watched it. Well, cause like I got into The Flash because I was a huge fan of the John Wesley Shipp show. For what it was, I loved it. So getting into Grant Gustin's interpretation, I was very, you know, on the fence. I really wanted it to be good. And then I watched it for 4 seasons, fell in and out of it after season 4, and then I watched Arrow and fell in love with that and then watched the entire show.
It literally like that's the thing with the Flash though. Like currently right now, I'm like sadly watching it, and it's literally a
Bro,
palate
I
cleanser,
put this show on blast. I put this show on
bro.
blast on my social media cuz it's
It's
so upsetting to see where it's at right now.
probably the biggest downfall in the show. Like I said, if I watch an episode of Flash season 7,
Mm.
it's literally a palate cleanser because anything I'll watch after that is automatically a masterpiece. Like literally anything. Like I can watch The Flash and then I'll watch like a Cody Ko and Noel Miller video and I'm like, wow, this is
This
amazing.
has got
Oscar.
to. This has got to be
Yeah.
content right here.
Like
No,
it's
like it just okay, so I already kind of got blasted last episode when I talked about this. But I'm gonna do it again. I liked the Flash season 3. I liked the Savitar storyline.
it was legitimately the last good thing the show
Yeah,
like did.
I don't understand why everybody hates on it so much. They're like, it was predictable that Barry was Savitar.
There were some faults with it, but I still think it's still like it was just a
One
good
of the good
story.
seasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like they were making the Future Flash storyline from the comics in the show, but they obviously couldn't just do that, because they wanted the anticipation and the excitement of the reveal. So of
Hmm.
course they lied and said like, "Oh, it's Savitar," different
Hmm.
character completely. I personally liked what they did. I thought it was really good. I think the costume for Savitar was a little bit. It was awesome, but it was a little bit like
It was a little
it's
much.
a little much. Like the whole
Yeah.
ass freaking dude looks like a demon. Like
I can't even like explain it, like what it looks like. It's
uh,
just it was off a little bit,
it
but
was an
I
idea.
think
It was an idea.
that's certainly it was something. Like when they did it, they like amalgamed the Future Flash storyline and the Savitar storyline from the comics because I mean Savitar in the comics is entirely different. Like
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
so different.
First of
But
all, he doesn't have armor. He's
well, like
shirtless and like
he's
long
like
hair.
it would have been ridiculous. It would have been ridiculous. Like you can't adapt that look in live action without it looking just a little silly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still think they should have just went with a Future Flash suit because that Future Flash suit is sick. Like if they just made it a little blue,
I
like
don't think they
Pollux
went
and
with the Future Flash suit only because it kind of bears some resemblance to Zoom's costume with the whole black design.
exactly. I was just gonna mention that. Like that's the thing, but that's the thing with the show. In season 3, a lot of people didn't like it because it just was getting repetitive. You have 3 seasons where the villain was faster than you. So how do you defeat that? You just got to go faster, Barry. Come on. But
Get
like
better,
that's
chump.
exactly, but that's the thing. When you have 23 episode seasons,
Mm,
you're gonna get repetitive very, very fast.
yeah. That's what I'm hoping
Which
Superman and Lois doesn't do. Because Superman and Lois is on
It
a
won't.
god tier streak right now.
Superman and Lois is the new era of CW shows. Like that's what all the new CW shows will bear similarities with. It'll be shot like Superman and Lois, and it'll have the same format. Because if you look at Naomi, which is the new Ava DuVernay show,
Mm-hmm.
which will be in the CW, and Naomi is like a DC character, but I don't know much about the character, but it takes place in a DC universe, because in the preview they showed at Fandom, she was going outside to chase Superman on a camera,
Gotcha.
and then
Yeah,
she
I
passes
didn't
out.
really get to see Fandom. I was on the way actually to pick up my girlfriend from Ohio,
Hmm.
but I
Okay,
tuned in a little bit. I tuned in to see like the
the
Aquaman,
trailers.
the Aquaman
Yeah, yeah.
panel. All the trailers I saw, afterwards, but
Hmm.
we'll get into those because I have my
Oh,
own
for
thoughts
sure.
about the Flash and Robert Pattinson's Bat. How do you feel about
Hmm.
Robert Pattinson's Batman? I'd seen you post about it, but I need to actually have your feeling about it. How are you feeling about
Dude,
that?
it's wild to me that these two, like that one teaser and one trailer, can make me think that this is going to be the greatest comic book movie of all time and the greatest Batman just in general of all time. Like I still think that's
I'm in the
insane to me that a
same
trailer was
boat.
able to do that.
I'm in the same boat. So in my family, we're kind of have like a little civil war about this movie because my father is like the biggest advocate for like he doesn't like Andy Serkis. So
Oh,
that's
really?
yeah, he doesn't like It's not that he doesn't like Andy Serkis as a person. He doesn't think he's a good actor, which
Hmm.
I digress. And he only thinks of Robert Pattinson as Edward.
Twilight.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. So it's just like he's like, I don't want Edward as Batman. I was like, dude, have you seen comics? He fits so many comics looks of Bruce Wayne. It's
It's not
ridiculous.
even just the look, because
It's
he
not
does
even just look. You're
resemble just
right.
the mannerisms. Like he just like have you seen his Reddit AMAs?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
they're the funniest and like the most like I don't give a shit about life thing ever. And that's exactly what just Bruce Wayne to the general public is. Like
Exactly.
he just
And Robert
God, he's
Pattinson, just as an actor, is such a phenomenal actor. Because my father hasn't seen any of his other work. He's seen
dude.
Twilight. He hasn't seen
Have
The
him watch
Lighthouse.
Good
He hasn't
Time.
seen Good
Have him
Time. He
watch
hasn't
Good
seen
Time and
Water for
Lighthouse.
Elephants. Like those
Yeah,
are three fucking great films for his acting.
bangers.
Like, oh my god. So when he was casted as Batman, I was fucking hyped. I'm
Yeah.
so hyped for this film.
But the thing is, when he was cast, I wasn't aware. Like I was like, "What the? What is this?" And then I went and I watched Lighthouse, and I was like, "Oh shit, this isn't Edward. What happened?"
This ain't Twilight. What the hell?
Yeah, bro, those movies changed, and even Kristen Stewart, like she's getting
Oh
Oscar
yeah.
buzz right now
Mhm.
for her role as Princess Diana. Like that's like,
Mhm.
like they peaked. Like they're out of Twilight and they're doing shit.
Twilight was just unfortunately a really bad production with really like because it wasn't really
Hmm.
the actors' faults. They were just doing what they were told.
Yeah, I mean, the material itself was just horrible. I mean, like, what are you gonna do
Yeah,
when
like
the
what are you
writing
gonna
is
do when
bad?
the writing's bad, the direction's bad. Like there's not much you can do besides give what you can give, and that's it.
Hmm.
Um, the only thing I am concerned with the Batman about is the costume. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's a really cool version of the costume. I can't get over the cowl. The cowl for me looks really bland, like in this area at least.
Hmm.
But I just there's rumors and speculation that he's getting a second costume within the film.
I just hope, like, Batman is probably one of the only heroes. Like, Batman and Iron Man are two heroes that should have so many suits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like, sure, like Spider-Man has multiple suits, but
I know
obviously he
that
has
that
a
still
main one.
floors me. We'll talk about Spider-Man later.
Yeah, but like I want like Batman and Iron Man are two of the heroes that should have suits surrounding the entire Batcave, their entire lair,
Mm-hmm.
wear different suits a lot of the time. So I hope this Batman has multiple suits, because we've never seen that. Christian Bale always had the same suit
Well,
unless
Ben
it was
Affleck
Batman
had
Begins.
one. Ben Affleck had a few out.
It bared the exact same resemblance. I want like I don't know. I
You
want
want
some
very
like
different
dude.
ideas.
Give me the yellow circle logo and then go straight to the Arkham logo. I don't care. I just want different vibes for different movies that they make, and
Yeah,
I
well,
want this
Kevin
to
Conroy
resemble that.
agrees. Kevin Conroy agrees with that because I met Kevin Conroy like 2 years ago at Comic Con, and I'll put a picture up on screen because that was a very amazing experience for me. And I asked him this kind of same question. I was just like, how do you feel about the costumes and live action, and all that. and he made a joke about like the head tilt and like the like having to like turn the whole body to turn and stuff. But he said that he wanted to see more, you know, differences in the costumes. He wanted to see a lot more accuracy to the comics and more, serious tone. So I'm hoping that Robert Pattinson's look. I hope the fucking bat ears come up on his chest. I hope that definitely happens. It's been shown in a lot of the promotional stuff, but it's not on the main bat suit that we see. And then the cowl. That's the only gripe I have with the costume, though.
I think the cowl. Yeah, I get. Like he doesn't have the brows or anything. It's very just flat on the forehead. Mm-hmm. But I do think he's definitely gonna get a new suit. I just want it to be anything but black. I think we've gotten too many black Batman suits. Like Batfleck being gray, and then he went back to like very dark gray, black. I just wish I want a gray bat suit. I wish it was gray and navy blue. If I get a gray and navy blue Batman, I'll go insane. Like I will never stop talking about that.
Navy blue Batman suit.
I'll never stop talking about that.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Obviously, unfortunately, because unfortunately, the gray and navy blue bat suit has kind of been represented with the '66 Adam West Batman era.
I get that.
That's kind of everybody's kind of wanting a more dark and serious toned Batman and everything like that, and like that's don't get me wrong, that's my favorite kind of Batman too. Mm-hmm. But I definitely like the different color schemes that Batman has within his roster of costumes. Iron Man definitely has a lot more costumes than Batman, at least I think. Does he?
Yeah,
and like
he has Mark up to like I don't know 100 or something.
Yeah, and like we only saw 80 of those, so there's still 20 more costumes that MCU could have shown.
Sure, yeah, but I loved how it was a different suit every time. Like you showed the billionaire playboy philanthropist type of Tony Stark. Like, yeah, if I fuck up this suit, I can just go straight to the next one. Like it's no big deal.
It's like that one picture I saw. It's like it was like a cartoon picture or something. But it was like Spider-Man and Batman and the difference, and it was like Batman gets a little cut in his shoulder, he throws the whole costume away and has a whole row of costumes to go with. Spider-Man has this giant gash and has to stitch the entire thing back up. That's what I want. I'm sorry, I love Tom Holland. I think he is a pretty good Spider-Man and a pretty good Peter Parker. Make him a solo Spider-Man. Stop with this mentorship. Stop. I
think that's what No Way Home's doing.
Yeah. I do too.
I do think that's what's knowing. Like, I do think we're gonna get a pep talk from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I can't. I can't believe I'm uttering those words. Like Tom Holland.
Maguire is gonna meet Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and vice versa.
I just muted like today. Like there was a spoiler that came out like on Reddit. I don't know what to believe.
Everything out. I'm cutting.
Dude, I'm muted. I muted so many words, and comes December, I am deleting Twitter. Like I'm done. I'm deleting Twitter.
I'm not deleting social media, but I'm definitely staying off of it until I see the film.
Oh, no, I'm deleting Twitter, but I'll stay loosely on Instagram. But Twitter, I can't, bro. That app is spoiler city. Oh,
my God. I barely use Twitter as it is, so I'm safe. But
oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah, when it comes to this film, dude, there's so much that is, like, being talked about and being, like, spoiled and stuff like that. I'm so scared. I want this film, like, because everybody jokes about, like, the expectations of No Way Home, like, with, obviously, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, all the Spider-Man, all the different, storylines that are supposed to be taking place, Sinister Six, all this stuff, and, yes, I want all of it. I want every single part of it. I want everything there, but...
Yeah, I don't, like, as long as the ending solidifies to me that Spider-Man, like Peter going to college... is like I have an ideal ending for the movie.
What is your ideal ending?
Everybody forgets that he's Peter Parker. I mean that he's Spider-Man.
Everybody just forgets that Peter Parker.
Everybody forgets Peter Parker. But no, like Aunt May or Ned maybe dying, or like just everybody forgetting that he's Spider-Man, and he moves on and realizes the freaking responsibility that he has to do with his identity. And I hope that comes from Tobey Maguire Spider-Man telling him like, hey, you little shit, stop telling everybody. And like he goes to the Daily Bugle to get a job, and right there is Eddie Brock sitting trying to get a job too. And that's how he goes into college with a job as a photographer for J. Jonah Jameson. And that's where he meets Harry and Gwen. Like, that's just me wishful thinking, but I want him to meet Harry and Gwen in college. That's all I care about.
How do you feel about the idea and the theory that Ned Leeds might become Hobgoblin?
No.
You don't like it? You don't like it? Why not? Why not?
Because Ned Leeds isn't Hobgoblin. Like, regardless.
Well, he was originally in like the OG comics.
No, he was he not Hobgoblin for like an issue?
Yeah.
But like, regardless, Ned Leeds in the MCU isn't Ned Leeds. He's just Ganke Lee. Like, that's he's not, like, I don't know. I just think you don't need to do Hobgoblin, at least yet. But if you are, fine, do it. Sure. I just want them to introduce like the core three. Like, what I loved about Lotus is that we're getting the core, not the core three. The core three with Peter. Like, you're getting MJ, Harry, Gwen.
Bucket.
Yeah, we know how that ends. But like, oh my God, like, I still think Zendaya's MJ will be Mary Jane. That's my hope. And
I don't understand. Okay, so like, they introduced her as Michelle. Okay.
Dude, I don't know.
They introduced her as Michelle.
Flashpoint. Just say Flashpoint. Do
it. Flashpoint fucked it all up. No, it's just, I don't understand. They introduced her as Michelle, and then they gave her the nickname of MJ, and now that's what everybody calls her. Everybody forgot her real name. Are they going to say, like, Michelle is a nickname for her real name, and MJ is a nickname for her nickname?
I don't care. Decanonize Michelle and just keep her as MJ, and I hope she forgets the identity of Spider-Man. And then he meets Gwen and Harry. Then Gwen dies, and then he goes back to MJ. Like, fuck.
Fuck. I personally think, I don't know if it's legit or not. I just personally think they may have just released the name Michelle to throw people off. I don't know if that's
ever called. She was called Michelle in the movie.
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe, possibly.
I just thought like it was a press release or like they said that her name's Michelle, but I always remember them calling her MJ.
Well, because it's the same logic. It's like, I forget what other project did it, but like some other superhero project like released a name to the public, but then like when the actual film or game or whatever it was came out, the person that they said that name wasn't at all that character, and was actually a huge spoiler. Hence why they released it. I'm blanking on it completely, but they did that same idea, and I think.
Was it Legends with Our Man?
Yes, thank you.
I think it was Legends with Our Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a prime. Like, CW's had a history with that. Like, they did it with Our Man because he was supposed to be Alan Scott.
Yeah.
And then they found out they couldn't use Alan Scott's Green Lantern, and they did that with Ray Palmer because they were going to use Ted Kord as Blue Beetle, and then they were like, "Oh, we can't use that, so we'll just do Ray Palmer as Adam." So his CW has a history of doing that, or like TV shows in general, because Titans can't use Roy Harper, and they wrote him.
Never
for
watched
season.
An episode of Titans.
You're doing yourself the biggest favor of your life.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've seen so many spoilers. Like, I pretty much watched the show without watching the show because I know pretty much everything that's happened. But I've been so heartbroken by that show.
It's so weird because Doom Patrol is epic. Stargirl, like, that is the most underrated DC show I think ever made.
I haven't watched it. I've seen you like hype that show up, but I haven't watched it.
It's Golden Age JSA, fucking just Candyland. I love when shows don't back away from the roots of what their characters are, and I love how we see the JSA wearing the fucking silly ass costumes. I don't care, give it to me. Like, Green Arrow has a feather and a cap with like Roy as Speedy. Like, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, there's so many references.
Does Stargirl exist in like the wider known CW universe, or is it like...
so it's Earth 1. Earth Prime is Flash, Black Lightning, Arrow, and then Earth 2 is Stargirl with the JSA, because JSA is on Earth 2 in the comics as well.
So the Green Arrow from that universe, because I actually haven't heard about that, is that Stephen Amell, or is that...
They didn't portray. They showed like the pictures of the like old JSA.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they showed like Green Arrow with his bow and arrow, his long bow, and then his
Robin
like cap
Hood as
feather.
Yeah.
And then Speedy under him, like on his knee, he's standing on the bow, and I'm just like, this is so cool. This is so cool. It shows the difference between like Earth 2 and Earth 1 and how vintage it was back then. It's so cool, and the show itself is very like, it's very retro, futuristic, present type thing, because like there's older cars, there's older diners. It's very small town-esque, like Smallville type thing, and I love it.
Kind of like Legion. Like that X-Men show Legion with like the retro.
I've never watched Legion, but I heard
it was good. Very trippy show.
I love that shit. I'll watch that. I love it.
Very trippy show. I watched it for I think the first 2 seasons. And Gotham's my favorite TV show of all time. And so that
interesting. Wow.
So that took my heart when it came to that. Not many people like Gotham, and
I like it for what it was. I understand. Because people don't understand that with shows and DCs, there's so much limitations because WB and DC just don't know how to do shit.
I hate
so there's a lot of limitations. So like I understand. I'm like, all right, they can't use this, so they're gonna do this. Cool. I don't mind. I know they can't use, but there was no excuse for that last episode of Batman. I'm sorry. There was no excuse for that suit. What was that? I've seen cosplays, dude. Cosplays. What was it? I don't know. They could have easily hit up like the homie Reeve FX with his cows. Used some of his.
I'm actually talking to Reeve right now, trying to, because I don't know if you're aware. I'm making a Batman series, and so I'm actually talking to Reeve about cows and stuff like that. But yeah, that.
Like you could have. That's the thing. I think a lot of higher end corporations are scared to hit up like these low end things, and I'm just like, bro, they make shit, and it's probably better than what you're gonna end up doing. Hit them up. Use their work.
My only like protection for it, like the only like defense I have for it, I think, is maybe time, just time in general. Like they rushed the fuck out of the Gotham team to make that final episode. You know, like they didn't even have like, you know, the girl who played Selena, you know, on the set for that episode. They actually, you know, recasted her as older woman.
But did they did that with Catwoman only?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they made her. That's weird. How she was the only one older.
Bruce Wayne, David Mizzou
wasn't in the episode. David Mizzou, he wasn't even in the episode until the end, right?
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even really him. It was an adult guy, but they CGI'd like this part of David Mizzou's face onto the
That's
Batman
wild.
suit.
That's wild. But like, then again, Cameron Monaghan's Joker, which I don't think they acknowledge him as Joker, but like it's clear
Joker.
who he was.
He's fucking Joker.
So, bro,
he's Joker.
Whether it's Jerome or what was the other character, Jeremiah, like you got the psychopath Joker and then you got the classic Joker with Jeremiah and Jerome. You got best of both worlds. So he is a treat. I hope he gets into more like French. Like I hope we get to see his character in Star Wars show up in like a show or a movie, because I love the game. Fallen Order was really cool.
Yeah, Cal Kestis is he's up there with one of my favorite characters from the Star Wars.
I thought, dude, at the end I thought it was him. At the end of Mandalorian, I thought it was gonna be him.
Shit. No.
And then it was even better, and it was fucking Luke. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
I would have loved, but the thing about it is, yes, obviously Cal Kestis is a very cool, very popular character, but he is still young. He's still very new, so not many people in the Star Wars world know who he is yet.
No, but like, didn't it take place after Revenge, like 5 years after Revenge of the Sith?
Mm-hmm.
And then Mando takes place after Return of the Jedi, so that's like 20-year window.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the real life fan base.
Like, I get that. Yeah, I do.
The real life fan base, not many people know who Cal Kestis is, or know him well enough to have been like, oh shit, that's Cal. Like, everybody knows who Luke Skywalker is. Even people who don't like Star Wars know who Luke Skywalker is. Like, of course, it was always gonna
be. Dude, I didn't like. I stayed away from Star Wars until Christmas of last year. That's when I binged.
I stayed away from Star Wars until freshman year of high school. I hated Star Wars until freshman year of high school.
So, but the thing is, I didn't hate it. I just didn't care for it. So whenever people were hyped about it, like the only spoiler I knew for the entire Star Wars franchise was that Han Solo dies because it was a meme.
Yeah.
That's all. I didn't know, dude. I'm telling you, I did not know that Darth Vader was Luke's father. So when I saw that shit,
Oh wow.
I was going crazy. So like I didn't know anything, and thank God I didn't watch the prequels first, because if I did, that would have ruined the surprise.
Mhm.
But I didn't know
Did
anything
you
about that
record
entire
your reaction
franchise.
to that?
Not to that. No, I
Oh.
recorded my reaction to Revenge of the Sith though, like the ending, and
Cause
that's
the reaction that
oh
always
gosh,
sticks with me of yours, the one that like always kills me when I've
Crisis.
rewatched it. Yeah, Crisis. Yeah.
Right here. It was right here. Oh,
Yeah.
that TV right there.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Flash, the two Flash meeting, because you were just so baffled. It was
And the
like,
story behind that, like my friend called me and he was like, Younis, drop like do not open your phone, mute your notifications, do not open Instagram. I was like, what? Why? He was like, because you're gonna sit down and record your reaction. I was like, why? Because I had previously told my followers that, I don't have time to edit, so I'm not gonna record my reaction. And Christ has been a little underwhelming, I won't lie. And they were like, my friend hit me up, he was like, no, Younis,
you
record
need
it.
to.
And then he was like, record a video right now saying that you're gonna record your reaction, and then I'll post it. So I gave him my password because I didn't even want to touch Instagram. And then he posted what I had recorded, and then I had set my camera down, I record, and then when I see that, I'm just baffled, like I'm like speechless. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, so this is what it was. And then I get on Instagram in the middle of the episode, I pause it after the Ezra reveal, and then dude, my messages flooded. Like my Instagram glitched. I couldn't even like click a message.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure I
glitched.
was one of those fucking messages going
Dude,
like, "What the fuck are you feeling right now?"
oh my god, dude, it was fucking. That's. I think that's what I don't care what people say. I think that's what birthed everybody wanted to do the multiverse. It
Oh
was
yeah.
that scene.
Oh yeah.
That's what caused DC to be like, okay,
That
we're gonna do
one,
that.
I
Marvel,
would
we're gonna do
definitely
that.
say that or Brandon Routh coming back as Soups, because that was a definite like head
It was
turner.
those two. It was no. I mean, Brandon Routh as Soups, yeah, because obviously Crisis on Infinite Earths, they were gonna. It dealt with the multiverse, but I think Into the Spider Verse and that scene with Ezra
Oh
and
yeah,
Grant,
Into the
like
Spider Verse. Completely forgot about that. Yeah.
yes, like that's what caught on the idea of multiverse, because I truly think multiverse was a last minute thing by Marvel. I don't think
Mm.
it was supposed to be. I think we were just gonna get into Secret Wars and Scrolls, and then Kevin Feige was like, wait, multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange. Let's have this be the entirety of the phase, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm
The
like, all right,
multiverse
cool.
phase. Yeah. I definitely think that I think the Infinity Saga was the only part of Marvel recently that has been fully planned. I think
Mm-hmm.
now like they are completely
Yeah,
making shows based off this multiverse idea, because it's just everything's just coming like as it comes, like everything's just coming as it goes. um God, No Way Home. I've only asked one question. I have 10. I've only asked one, and we are 40 minutes in. Jesus Christ. Well, getting back to the questions, what was the first superhero movie you watched, and what did it have an effect on you?
that I remember the first superhero movie I watched was Spider-Man 1. I remember having the disc, and I always popped it in my
Spider-Man 3
PS2.
for me.
Nice. I used to get home from like school, I remember, and watch, like I used to pop it in. But the first movie I remember watching in theaters, it was Brandon Routh's Superman Returns.
Superman Returns, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how I still have this concept in my head. I remember going to the theater and not thinking that I was gonna watch a movie. I thought Brandon Routh's Superman was gonna be there. Like I thought I was gonna meet
Dude,
Brandon
I
Routh.
thought the
I didn't
same
know.
thing, but with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I didn't know what the concept of a movie theater was, but that's the first time I remember, like, oh shit, I'm gonna go see like Brandon Routh's. I'm gonna go see Superman. Like that's. I remember I remember that's what I was thinking.
I remember as a kid, back in 2009, a little game came out called Batman Arkham Asylum.
Mm,
And I played the hell out of that. 2009, I would have been 8 years old, and I played the shit out of that game.
mhm.
And I was so fascinated with Gotham City. I asked my parents so many times if we could go to Gotham City. I did.
Go to New York, dude. Just go to New
I
York.
did. I know. When I went to New York, I was like, oh my God, like this is. But no, I asked my parents so many times, can we go to Gotham City? Can we go to Gotham City? I'd even ask my friends about it, and my friends would just give me looks like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, dude, I had no idea, but I was so invested. I wanted to go to Gotham so badly. Oh my God. So
Yeah,
I
it's
was
a
in the
mix of
same
New York
boat.
and Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, in live action, but like, I love how Matt Reeves just said, "Fuck that, we're doing London. We're going to England." I'm like, all right, give me that
Give me
gothic
that gothic
background look.
vibe. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. They haven't really shown much of Gotham though in the film, like in the trailers
I,
at least.
I saw Gotham Sunset, and I think I have never seen a Gotham skyline unless it was dark in a movie, unless it was nighttime. So like seeing the sunset
Matt
and seeing
Reeves, what a god.
he's so good. I can't wait.
With this whole podcast episode could just be us freaking talking about Matt Reeves and
Nerding out over Matt Reeves. I love
literally.
that guy.
What a god tier man, honestly. I am so glad that this film manifested into what it is and not Ben Affleck's interpretation.
Anytime I hear him talk about it, he's like, it's just like he's so passionate about the character. He's like, we've seen the realistic, the grounded tone. We've seen, the more fictionist tone, but we're gonna go year one because I've never seen anybody do year one. I'm like, oh shit,
The
he knows
closest
about
we got
Batman
to
year one.
The
Oh
closest we
shit,
got to year one was Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. Yeah,
And that wasn't even really close. Like
yeah.
that was close, but not like you never saw like Batman and Alfred fucking literally duking it out with each other, hating each
Mhm.
other. You never saw Batman fight the police, anything like that. This is
We see those in the trailer. Like
Yeah.
we see that in the Matt Reeves trailer. Like that's all right.
Yeah, like just the trailers alone, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna get into there's a fan question for Robert Pattinson's Batman, but we'll get into that in a second. I want to kind of roll through these questions so I don't run out of time.
Yeah, sure.
If there is this fucking question, my girlfriend came up with this question, so be proud of her for this one. If there's
Nice.
one thing you could change about the CW's production with shows as such as The Flash or Superman and Lois, what would that change look like? Just not be bad.
Literally just I think you need to, if a season is received badly, you change the entire writers room after that.
Mhm.
I think with the show you can have diversity in writing. I think you need to do that. I think with the Flash, a lot of its faults have to be with how lengthy the seasons are, and it needs to take notes from Superman and Lois, where they have. I'm almost certain the budgets are the same, dude. It's just because they have a shorter season, and that's why the budgets probably match up with each other.
Possibly.
Make
Yeah.
make the season shorter.
Also, a big thing about it is that it's also not Superman and Lois is not a CW strictly production. Like they have who else helps?
No. It's not co-financed with HBO Max. That's what everybody thinks for some reason.
Really?
It's not. They're literally making deals to have season 2 co-financed by HBO Max. So imagine after that change. But
Oh,
right now that's
wow.
all CW. It's a common misconception because of how good it looks, but no, that just shows the potential that CW has that they never use. So like they just got to make the
Wow.
season shorter. Use that camera. Use the. I'm pretty sure it's 4K camera, and they're not shooting in 2K, which every other CW show shoots in. And obviously the aspect ratio is different.
Yeah.
Use that
The
change.
aspect ratio is the biggest difference in my opinion. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like it is so surreal to see because it almost makes like the Flash and all these other CW shows feel like a reality show, like with like the big the ratio.
Dude, I watched a fan edit. Somebody made the Flash season 7 finale look cinematic because of how silly it looked when it came out, and I cannot believe the change that he was able to do with a little bit of color grading
Is that the one with the like Impulse and everybody and they're like
in
running
the
down the
church.
street
And
or
yeah,
whatever?
it was there was he did a lot of in season 7. I'll send you a link and you can watch it. He's so good. I wish I remembered his name. Shit. But it was amazing. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. He literally just added fucking black bars on the top and bottom and color graded just a little bit and changed the camera movements and changed the soundtrack because the soundtracks are just silly for some reason. And it was so good, so good.
I miss old Flash.
I miss. Fuck. I don't want to get depressed on the podcast.
Start thinking memories. Just
Oh man. I was reminiscing yesterday. I was like, damn, today's Tuesday. I remember when I used to be hyped for Tuesdays. And now
real world of flashbacks.
yeah, dude.
I want to ask about that. That's not one of the questions I have, but like, what was the big spike of like the name change for? Actually, it is one of the questions I have. What was like from Real World of Flash to Younityy? Why was that?
It was because, I mean, it wasn't a decline in the show. I mean, no, it was. It
There you
was.
go.
But it definitely was. But I always wanted to change it. I just never knew when. I was just like, I hated the fact that everybody knew me as, yo,
The
you're World of
Flash guy.
Flash.
The Flash
Yeah,
guy.
dude, the Flash guy. That was my name. Like if I met like I'd meet some of my followers in the city, like if I'm walking with my like friends or like family and stuff, and like I get stopped like, yo, you're the Flash guy. I'm like, hey, yeah, that's me. And like it's cool. I'm not saying fuck you guys. Like, no, I don't want that. But
I'm
like
not that. No.
but like it would like I think having a name for myself, like Younityy obviously has my name in it. So like I always thought it was
I
time
always
to change.
liked that. I always liked your new username.
Yeah,
It's a cool fitting, thing.
thank you.
Um, Not trying to blow smoke up your ass or give myself credit, but I always referred to
You're
you as
good.
Younis. I always
That's
did.
I love that. I love
But
that. I'll always have that as my name under Younityy. So like it's always you guys call me Younis, Younityy. I don't mind either.
yeah, like because like I said, I followed you for such a long time, and like, yeah, I remember so many things. Like I remember you ranting about season 4, and like the Thinker and everything like that. And you're like, I remember fucking posting those. Like,
Season 4 was that was like the decline of the show. So it was catching me off guard. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why is it bad? Like what's going on? Like Arrow is better than you right now when Arrow just had season 4 and it was horrible. It's like what's going on? Sucks.
well, getting to our next question, off DC, more personal topic, obviously, because I think this is the whole reason why me and you were even able to meet. What was it like working on Spider-Man Lotus and being with the
Uh,
cast and everything like that?
uh Spider-Man Lotus was a fever dream. I can't believe that actually happened. Like I spent the entire summer just filming a
Mhm.
Spider-Man movie. Like that's fucking nuts. Uh I think it was always a positive time anytime Gavin wasn't on set.
Mhm.
So no, I'm joking. But it
I
was
tried getting Gavin in here. I texted him and I was like, "You should like hop in here and just
he's
say some
hard at
shit."
work. He's hard
That's
at
what he
work,
texted me.
John.
He was like, "I would, but I'm extremely busy right now." It's like, "All right, no problem." But I definitely
Like
tried. I was like, "You should hop in here and just say some shit. Just talk some shit about Eunice."
like I could probably show look at the timeline for the trailer.
Holy shit, dude!
So like
What
it's
the fuck is this? That comes out in like 8 hours, bro.
8 hours, yeah. So like he's very busy with the CGI. I saw the trailer yesterday. He's just fixing some stuff right now. God, you guys
Without
are
without without spoiling anything, what are we gonna see from this damn trailer? Yeah, everybody who see this video has already probably seen the
yeah,
trailer,
yeah. They definitely already saw it because it's
but
dropping tonight.
yeah, but what are we expecting? Here and now.
There's there's a surprise in the trailer. It's not just showcasing the movie. It's also revealing something that we've never talked about.
What the fuck? Eunice, what
Mm.
the hell are you doing?
Wait for the end of the trailer. Don't just because it says Spider-Man Lotus doesn't
Nah,
mean that it's over.
if Tobey Maguire shows up in this damn trailer.
You know, it's crazy because when we were filming, Toby was in the city and we literally went like Central Park hunting for Toby and we
Oh
couldn't
my
find him
god.
because there's literally people on bikes that recorded a video of him like, hey, it's
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we were just there filming.
Mhm.
Why couldn't we see him? So we went back and we just roamed Central Park and we didn't
Hell
find
no.
him.
Hell no. I will fucking call you so fast and lose my mind on you.
Nah, bro, Toby would fuck. Imagine he bumped into us as we were filming a
Just like a
Spider-Man
little
movie.
cameo. Just like a little cameo. Like Warden is Peter Parker. He's walking down the street, and like fucking Toby like shoulder taps him by accident or something. Oh my god. I'd lose my mind. I'd
That would have
lose
been
my
nuts.
mind.
That would have been nuts. But no, it's not that big.
you're
but
like
it's
you're like
it's
not to underrate it, but like it's not that big.
yeah, but it's gonna be a fun reveal because we've kept that a secret. Well, there's also a lot of more secrets in that movie that we're not gonna reveal until the movie comes out or trailer number 2. We don't know yet.
Cause I done Warden's interview
Mm,
before I found out that you were on the project. And
Mhm.
I only did Warden's interview because I knew Warden. I was friends with him already. You know, we talked about
It
workouts
was
and
the
everything like
audio one.
that.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it was I think it was the second to only audio one.
Hmm.
Um, but like I'd only done that not because obviously because of Spider-Man Lotus, but only because like I was friends with him and like I only knew him. You know, we were doing workouts and stuff like that. Like we were talking about workouts and everything like that.
Nice.
And and then he was like, "You should try and see if like other people in the cast want to do it. Like I could see if Sean wants to do it." And I was like, "Okay." And then he got Sean on, and then Sean got Twin on, or Mariah and Max on, and then Max got Twin on, and it just kept going and going. And then finally, Gavin texted me and was like, "Hey, I can get Mariah and stuff on the show, like whenever if you want." I said, "Dude, that'd be awesome. Like let's do it." And then fucking you sent that text and I was like, "Oh fuck." Like it was so weird cuz like I said, I had no idea you were on the project until after the Warden episode came out. And I was like, "That's
Hmm.
really cool." Cuz it was like
Yeah.
my two worlds colliding. Like it was
Yeah.
like
It was crazy for me too because Gavin and we didn't like each other for years before.
oh, hold on, time out, time out. T, I need this. What the hell happened?
Yeah, no, Gavin and I always beefed on Instagram until 2019. Like we genuinely didn't like each other until 2019. Like he was a reverse Flash fan account too. Like he had a multiple like a reverse Flash fan account and then a
Oh, so
Spider-Man
this
like
was like a fun beef. Like this wasn't like
no, I genuinely hated the guy. We genuinely hated each other.
Oh my god,
I
wow.
despised him. But and it wasn't until we found out that we had a lot of mutual friends and then
To
we sort
stop
of
the
and
beef.
yeah, like Gavin also like rebranded. He wasn't Spidey Central anymore. He became GJK Central, and he wasn't a reverse Flash fan account anymore, which I think is pathetic.
I
And
think it's
then
fucking pussy.
and then
Pussy.
the Venom,
Oh
but
my
like
god.
like, and then after that, like I just think we matured too. Like we found out the beef that we had was like. It was really like looking back at
What
it, I was
was
like,
it?
yo, we were children. Like we were 15, 16 beefing with each other
What was the
because
beef? I want to know.
Gavin, because I was always like I was always posting about the CW show, and Gavin didn't like the show because he loved Flash comics, and he was like, "You're a fake Flash fan and everything like that.
Mm.
Like you don't read the comics." I'm like, "I do. I just don't post about it." And then we always like beefed about that, like always. And I think he mentioned something about Violet Bean being a bad actor, and you know how bad you know how much I love Violet Bean's Jesse Quick, and I was like, "All right, that's nail in the
Dude,
coffin."
I remember you posting about. I think I DM'd her to help you out. Like I DM'd Violet trying to be like, "Yo,
That's
there's an
funny.
Instagram account trying to get you to like
That's
even
amazing.
like mention him. Like just go
That's
say hi."
amazing.
You know what? I'm checking right now. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty
it's
sure I did.
it's funny because like at that like I wouldn't even like like interact with her and like all her comments would just be like adding me like at Younis. Oh my god, Younis is gonna go crazy. Younis is gonna go crazy. And then when she had left the show, she posted on her story like, hey, it was fun playing Jesse Quick. And then she posted me and she was like, I'm gonna miss you too, Younis. I'm like, wow.
Losing my mind.
Wow. So like it was a fun era, that era. But yeah,
Dude.
after Gavin rebranded, we were in group chats together all the time, and then we just squashed it. And then he told me about the Spider-Man project he has, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. And then he announced it like a year later, and then
Mm.
here we are.
Yeah, no, I remember when he announced Lotus. I had heard a little bit about it. Obviously, I didn't really like see anything from it. It wasn't until I saw the costume. I saw the costume
Shit broke
and
the internet. I
lost
remember.
my mind. Because I
I
thought it was
remember.
actually cosplay. I thought it was like a really good cosplay. And then found out that, she like it was like, no, this is actually for film. And then like I texted, like I found Warden's account and like we got talking and everything like that. And the rest is kind of history. But you know, I remember seeing that and just losing my ever loving mind. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But the Violet, I can't get past that. The Violet.
Violet Bean.
Jesus, man. Yeah. I remember, yeah, I'm pretty sure, I couldn't find it, but I remember DMing her and being like, listen, there's a guy, um, His name is Younis, but I actually said his account is Real World of Flash, but his name is Younis. I remember that.
Hmm.
And like, what ended up happening is like I like texted her and I was like, he really likes you, like come talk to him. Like,
Like in hindsight, like thinking about it,
like 15, like
yeah, like thinking about it, I'm like, yo, this looks really bad. Like, Younis, what are you doing? Like, this is really bad. Like, you're simping for this girl that's obviously out of your league. What are you doing, Younis?
That's actually another question I have.
Oh God,
You're simping.
What is that?
You're simping. I do. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna skip past two of them, but yeah. How's the simping for the female Flash cast going for you, pal? Because it's not just Violet Bean. You were simping for Candace Patton. You were simping for everybody.
Ultimate. Yeah, I'm the
You need to
ultimate.
put that in your Instagram bio. Just do it for me, like world's biggest simp.
I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life if I do that. But I feel like it's a funny thing that I always do. Like I'll always like post it, and then like people were just like, "Oh God, Younis is back!" Like Younis is back at it
Bro,
again.
you did it when the new Batwoman got casted.
And listen, she responded.
Yeah, she did.
She responded, and then she went on Twitter and was like, "What's a simp? I need help understanding." And then someone's like, "Is this because of Younis on Instagram?" And then she said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh my God!" So like, it's funny how I'm having these small interactions with these actors, and I don't know. It's just it'll always be an ongoing gag within my account, and just overall, like just my personality. It'll be funny. So I'll always do it.
Continues.
The simp continues. Yes, simping.
It was so funny seeing all that happen, especially when they responded. Like I was right there. I was like, bro, that's some bullshit. I got pissed sometimes. I was like, that is some bullshit.
They'll always respond. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Jesus, man. Well, okay, so if there was one thing you could tell young people that are just now discovering like superheroes and comics and everything like that for the first time, what would that be and why?
Don't start a superhero account.
Don't start social media for superheroes. Don't do it.
Like, do not create a fan account. I'm sorry. It's cool, but like I like now I realize, like, dude, my entire life since the 8th grade has been on social media. It's been recorded. I was never able to have a life outside of social media because of what I was on social media. So like, I'm not saying I'd trade it for anything. Like I'll never trade this experience for the world, but like I truly think kids shouldn't like just enjoy your life, dude. Because like you can make a superhero account when you're fucking older. I don't care. Just don't make it when you're fresh out of high school or like anything of that nature, because you'll meet cool people. Yeah, like legitimately. Like I made this Instagram account as a bucket list. Like, hey, I never made an Instagram. Let me make an Instagram account. And then everybody in my class like made one. We all followed each other. Bro, and then
I'm starting to think about it. Your whole life definitely was like
dude, ever since I was 13.
Bro,
ever since I was 13.
I watched you grow out your acne phase. Like that's nuts.
Like, no more acne. Like it's crazy.
It's like.
You're very lucky. It's crazy. Like everybody made personal accounts, posted selfies, and I'm just out here posting comic flash photos. They're like, Younis, you fucking nerd. What are you doing? I'm just like, shut up.
Flashback facts. Oh my
like
God,
literally, I had acne. I didn't want the flash fact. Yes, the flash fact. I still have like old pictures because I backed up my iCloud recently, and I found like old pictures of like my account and stuff. And I'm just like, holy shit, this is like some very, very old stuff. And like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Show them.
But like,
show
them. I'm trying to. Oh my God,
you're
dude,
like, I'm looking for them.
This is so bad,
dude. Show them.
Like, look at this. Fortnite crossover spoilers below. Like, I remember this one.
That's from
2016, November 25. Is
that the Invasion one?
Yeah.
The Invasion crossover.
This meme is off. This meme is terrible. Meme is terrible. What? I made this in response to Gavin. Look at this. Like,
God.
Did
you ever even post that? I don't remember that.
I posted this.
God.
There was so much like. I don't know. Like there's, oh my God, this is so bad. I don't even want, all right, I don't want to look at this anymore. There's so much, there's so much stuff. Like I see myself progress, not from memory, but it's in front of me. Like I can see it on my phone. Like, holy shit, you're not this stupid anymore. You're not this uneducated on this anymore. You like you've changed. Like I've seen my growth in real time. And for for a second, I realized that it's scary. Like people were able, like I had hundreds of thousands of people seeing me progress. Like they saw me when I made mistakes. Anything I made a mistake on was put on blast. And low key, I'm thankful for it because I've been able to like hold myself accountable for things, and I've seen growth. I've seen my growth. So like it's really cool, but at the same time,
terrifying.
It's fucking terrifying that, you know, as a 14, 15, 16-year-old, I was like doing like fucking these things. I was posting, I was informing, I had people liking my photos, I had people wanting to see me at Comic-Con. Like I was like this underage kid. Like it's nuts to me. It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's nuts to see it.
Yeah, I started a lot of my accounts. Jesus, man, I had an old fan account. I did have a fan account. It's been since gone. No one can ever find it. I think it's actually still active, but I don't have access to it anymore. But I started because of you. Genuinely.
It's insane. That's insane.
I started from, you know what? Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. I posted, it was all Gotham inspired. So I posted like Gotham edits and stuff like that I did. Even though the caption was actually called Marvel DC Fanboy, which, yeah. Yep, I found it.
Marvel DC Fanboy. Bitch. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's stories like these.
My old profile picture, fucking Troy Baker's Joker. Yeah.
It's stories like those that make me really like, I'm like, holy shit.
There's an edit of mine.
Yep. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, and like
that's nuts.
Like you see it and you're like, holy shit, like why did I ever do this? So like there's so much stuff that you'll always look back at and like you'll probably cringe at, but then if you cringe at it, that shows that you've grown, that you've changed. So like it's a bittersweet type thing.
Very bittersweet, very bittersweet.
Yeah.
All right, getting on to the fan questions, the 3 fan questions we have. One is from the white joke, which I don't know if it's a serious question or not. Maybe, possibly. What are you known and famous for?
I am known and famous for free comic books. That's pretty much it. I've been called over dramatic. I don't care.
And the simp.
Yeah, I've been called many things, but it's comic books made me who I am.
Over dramatic. I love him to death, but like you want some over dramatic, go to Soups. Go to Soups.
Soups, bro. Soups did the impossible. Like the dude.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm so fucking happy for him.
That's so sick because he moved out to LA after TikTok, making superhero content on TikTok. I'm like, fuck, that's insane. That's so dope. How many
people were doing superhero stuff on TikTok? That's where I think he kind of like.
He was the first. Like I went on TikTok because I saw him. I was like, oh shit, because Instagram was slowing down. Flash we were in quarantine, and then I was like, all right, fine, I'll go on TikTok. And like, dude, I got like 30,000 followers after 2 videos. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna go crazy. And then I gave up because I just put too much time and effort into the videos, and I'm like, I can't always do this. And then I see him doing it. I'm like, that's insane. And then he made it out, and he's now in LA. He's chilling, living his life. That's fucking dope. He made it.
Going to movie premieres, sucking lucky son of a bitch.
Him and Brad are really cool. I'm pretty cool with Brad. Brad Lambert is a pretty chill guy.
Oh, I need to ask you, you met Taya Miller recently.
Yeah, I met Taya Miller.
Yeah. How the hell was that?
She's really, really cool. Really, really cool person. I met her not at Comic-Con. I was literally
you were just walking by, weren't you? Like,
dude, I was literally like 2-3 blocks away. We were walking to a restaurant with me and my friends, and with me and Tuin. I was with Tuin, and we're walking to a restaurant, and the restaurant ended up being closed, and I was so mad. But had I not walked to that closed restaurant, I would have never seen her. So like I saw her and she was in her Spider-Man suit just walking down the street. And I was like, oh shit. And then she walks past me. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. And then I look back. I'm like, hey, Taya. And then she was like, huh? She didn't recognize me. And then I was like, listen, I don't know who told you about the story, but it was just a joke. Nothing like that, because she had DM'd me afterward. Like, no, come meet me, because I posted that story. I'm like, I'm not about to embarrass myself like that. And then, yeah, we took a picture, and then she's just such a cool person. Like, like she followed me, and we're like, just buds. So like, it's
just
cool.
buds now.
It's fun because she's also like, that's how I got. She was with at Comic-Con. What's his name? Straw Hat Goofy.
Oh yeah.
Straw, like his content is really cool, and I was like, oh shit, this dude is cool. So I follow Straw Hat Goofy from Taya, and
yeah,
it's
there was
just
a lot of like, she's a part of like a group. Like there's a cosplay group, and like I follow a lot of them, like Jennings Brower. There's so many other people that are like a part of that group. But
yeah, I'm trying to like I was never like following anybody on TikTok superhero unless it was probably Soups and Taya, those two. But like, yeah, no, they're cool people. Like I always see them get hate on Instagram, and I'm just like, dude, they're going to movie premieres while you're tweeting about it. Shut up. Like,
yeah.
Why do you care?
Like I'm
like,
jealous as shit. Like I'm not like angry jealous. Like I'm gonna talk shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So like, it's
my mind. Like that's awesome.
I can't like, and that's the thing. It always reminds me of the hate that I used to get when I was freaking younger. I'm like, dude, these are like fucking teenagers or young people going to premieres and shit, and you're gonna be jealous and hate online. Like, fucking cry about it. Like, go dude, go touch grass.
Is coming out like, fuck off. Like,
yeah, like they're successful and you're gonna be mad. Like, really? Like, that's what we're gonna do? Like, it's such a cliche thing to do. Like, fucking grow up.
Yeah. You got angry. You were like,
so yeah, if someone asked, how are you known? And we're now talking. It's now me getting angry about.
Just a little over dramatic. I'm kidding.
It always sticks. It always sticks.
Oh my god. All right. Well, the next question is from Saul Shalos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. What projects are you working on after Lotus, and that they are a big fan?
Oh, dope. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, well, after Lotus, I'm still going to film some extra Lotus scenes in December. It'll be me, Warden, Sean, Gavin, and Jacob.
Yeah, no, they were looking for extras. I was like, dude, if you guys come to Michigan, I'll do it right now.
That's funny. You're at Michigan? That's dope.
Unfortunately.
I mean, Michigan's. I wouldn't live there, but I have cousins there. I have cousins there. Last time I went, I think was like 2 years ago. It was a cool change to go
Michigan,
there.
If I can ask.
Dearborn, I believe.
Oh, hey, shit, no shit, like 30 minutes from me.
yeah, it was Dearborn. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
But like, it was changed like that. Like, I went to Arkansas to film Lotus. It was huge change because fucking. I didn't think Arkansas was real, but it was indeed. It was indeed real.
One of those places that's like that exists.
Yeah, it's like Wyoming. Like, really?
Sorry, Warden.
Yeah, no. Warden needs to leave Arkansas. I don't care. He needs to move out here to New York or go with Gavin to LA. But projects, it's just I have a short film coming up for school, but I'm treating it a lot more. Like, there's guidelines in school that I do not care about because I hate. That's the thing.
Pause. Guidelines.
Yeah, like they want me to incorporate certain beats and certain elements into the story. I'm like, you're not going to tell me what to incorporate into my story. It doesn't work like that. You're not going to WB my fucking script. So I'm gonna.
Oh my
it's,
god! Fuck
it's gonna
WB.
be.
Fuck WB.
Yeah, it's gonna be just my thing, but it will be a school project. But I'm really looking forward to filming that, and it will start filming in a couple weeks because I need to get it done before I go.
You don't mind me asking,
LA.
What's the project like about? What's a little short description?
It'll be. I don't want to, because the story's still progressing much because I'm still in the second stage of the script. But it's about two characters that are polar opposites of each other, and you're gonna see why That's all I'll say. And it'll be played by Jeremy and Andres, my two friends that are on Instagram that are Spider-Man cosplayers. So it's dope.
Sick. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll definitely be looking into it, buddy.
Thank you.
The last question from a fan is from Nicole Goyes. They were asking any expectations for Robert Pattinson's Batman sequel.
Oh, the sequel.
The sequel. Whole ass first movie hasn't come out yet, and the sequel.
No, I mean, sure. Fucking Dick Grayson.
Ooh,
You have, bro. If this Batman does not adopt Dick Grayson, I'm pretty sure Matt will do it. But like, I need to see him adopt a Robin because we've never seen
Robin that's not like.
No, he's not. He's not like 20 years old. I need to see him like as a preteen. I want to see him as a preteen first.
Yeah, like, God, it's so weird that the only Robins we have seen on screen are Burt Ward from 1966.
Yep.
Okay. The one guy from
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell. And then maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah,
his nickname's his middle name or whatever
Robin.
it was. Come on, Chris Nolan, you can do better than that. But it was that's pretty much it. So it's just like, and we didn't see a Robin, but like fucking Dick Grayson was dead in BVS.
That
so like
always pissed me off. That still pisses me off.
It's one of the things that I respect Snyder for his creative freedom. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it was legitimately.
Why Dick Grayson? Why?
I think so. This Batman clearly is very different, and Dick Grayson being his first son, he wanted Dick Grayson to be what pushes Batman over the edge to start killing because it's his first son. It's a different relationship than Jason Todd, but like still, I mean, I wish Zack Snyder wasn't the introduction to the DC live action universe. I wish we got Zack Snyder's movies as an Elseworlds movie 10 years down the line after we've established DC heroes in a universe. Like have that be an Elseworlds story with, you know, the nightmares, just go full on nightmare. Like it could have been really cool had it been a little bit down the line. It was way too polarizing for it to be the first DC. It was the first movie where Batman and Superman meet. They shouldn't have fought. Like, it's just, I don't know. Even though they fought in less than minutes. I
personally think that Batman, like I've talked about this a little bit in the podcast, but Batman is a character that I feel like would adapt perfectly to a show, like actual series.
I think any superhero will work better in a TV series format.
Yeah.
Any hero, like because you just do more. You can just do a lot more.
You can create better stories. Like don't look at the Flash. Just think about like other stuff.
Think about Daredevil.
Yes. Like there's so much opportunity with a series, and like, you know, not to like, you know, talk more about my series or anything like that, but like that's why we're doing a series of Batman. We're not doing a movie. We're not doing like a film. We want a series because he is in my opinion, the perfect superhero to do a series on. His rogue gallery, his storylines, like he is such a quintessential character for that, and it's never been done. You cannot. 66 show don't count. 66 show do not count. The only shows that count are Gotham, which doesn't involve him, Batwoman, which doesn't involve him. What else? What other Titans, which doesn't involve him. Okay, like there's not been a single Batman show. It's literally just been like side characters or prequels.
Yeah.
Make a Batman story. Make a Batman show. I can't stress enough, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what, you know, our series is going to be. We're going to do a year one adaptation kind of thing, but we're changing it. It's not going to be like Matt Reeves, and it's not going to be like the comics. It's going to be, we kind of related it to Arkham Origins, but better.
Nice. Arkham Origins.
That's what we're going for.
Dope.
Yeah. We have Black Mask in it, actual Black Mask, and a whole different storyline. It's a whole different gravitational point for the character, but yeah, I can't understand why they haven't made a Batman series. It floors me.
Because he's just such a moneymaker in the big screen. So obviously corporations will use that. Same with Spider-Man.
Put it on HBO Max. That way people have to pay to see it. Like, it's still a cash grab. You're still making fuck tons of money.
I get it. I get it, but like you can't make $1 billion by doing a TV show.
Yeah, I know.
You can do it while doing a movie though.
Warner Brothers.
Yep.
Fucking Warner Brothers. I hate Warner Brothers with passion. We'll talk about that later on after the episode, just us hanging out. But fuck Warner Brothers. I hate Warner Brothers so goddamn much. I hate them with a passion.
They're an interesting company to say the very least.
Cap. No, like they are just full of shit. I hate them so much. Dude,
Yeah.
What they did to Henry Cavill. I don't care anybody's point on Henry Cavill. You love him, you hate him, you like him, you dislike him. No man deserves that. No person deserves that.
Dude, they announced the new Superman project on his birthday, dude.
Announced his firing on his birthday.
It's nuts. That is crazy. I mean, I have hope because I know The Rock and him have the same manager. And I hope he's in the future of the DC universe, whether it's a movie or an appearance in another. I don't want to see another headless Superman.
Oh my God, Shazam.
So like, I just hope there's something with Henry Cavill because he's such a cool person.
Except for The Witcher.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, they'd be dumb not to use Henry Cavill because of how big he's gotten after playing Superman. He would he did Mission Impossible. Now he's doing The Witcher. Like he's doing a lot of. He's God. Also what else is he doing?
Justice League.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh my God, man. Jesus.
But like,
what else is he? He's done a bunch. He's done so much.
Yeah, but like he's also doing.
He's a gamer.
He's such a king. Such a king. Like somebody literally asked him PS4 or Xbox, and he was like PC. I'm like, you fucking.
Have my children.
Beast.
Have my children.
I love him. Yeah, he was in Enola Holmes.
Oh yeah, the Sherlock Holmes spinoff.
Yeah. So there's also another one. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my God, him as Snake.
Yeah. So like, I'm pretty sure he's doing it because he teased that on his Instagram. I was like, no way. But like, nothing's been confirmed. But like, he's
need him to grow the goatee from the Witcher.
Dude, his goatee is so. Yeah.
He's just a man. He is the definition of a man. Like, I feel like a wimp next to him. Like, oh my God.
He asserts his dominance without even having to attempting it. Yeah. That's Henry Cavill for you.
All right, man. Well, it's been about an hour and 20. I don't want to call it here, crazy. But I need to edit and I need to have this episode out. But Younis, it was so great having you on, man.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very happy to have you on. I'll definitely be, if you want, we'll definitely be friends. But yeah, man.
No.
Yeah. Damn.
For sure, dude. Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, guys. Well, this was Younis's episode. I don't really know how to end this episode. I'm just rambling now at this point. But yeah, if you guys want, I'll leave the Younis down linked in the description down below, as well as the Spider-Man Lotus Indigo. It's gonna be open till. Do you guys have a date, like specifically?
End of November.
Just end of November. Yeah, so end of November. It'll be up until then. But yeah, we're gonna leave this episode here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And that's where it cuts. That's where it cuts right there.
Nice.
I'm gonna cut it right here now, just to.
That was a fun episode, dude.